ever wondered why so many people set goals and still fail? They write them down, they make vision boards, they repeat affirmations, and yet nothing really changes. Why? Because goals don't create results, systems do. Today, I'm going to share with you the secret that separates people who only dream from those who actually achieve. And once you understand this, you'll never look at goals the same way again. Hi, it's Emma, and welcome back to English Success. Today, we're going to talk about something that might completely change the way you approach your goals, or maybe I should say, the way you stop approaching them. Because here's the truth. Goals sound exciting, but they rarely work the way we expect. Systems, on the other hand, are what actually build success. Think about it. Goals are like destinations on a map. They tell you where you want to go, but they don't tell you how to get there. And here's the problem. When people focus only on goals, they feel stuck, unmotivated, or even like failures when things don't go according to plan. But when you focus on systems, you shift your attention from the distant finish line to the daily steps that will naturally take you there. In this episode, I'll explain why goals often lead to disappointment, why systems create lasting results, and how you can design simple systems that make success almost automatic. By the end of our talk, you'll realize that you don't need more motivation, more willpower, or even more time. You just need the right system. Let's be honest for a moment. How many times have you set a goal, felt excited for a few days, maybe even a few weeks, and then completely abandoned it? Maybe it was going to the gym, starting a side project, learning English, or saving money. At first, you were full of energy, but slowly, life got in the way. You felt tired, busy, distracted, and the goal? It stayed on paper, but not in your reality. That's the biggest problem with goals. They are fragile. They depend too much on motivation. Motivation feels powerful in the beginning, but it never lasts. And when motivation disappears, the goal disappears with it. Another problem with goals is that they create an illusion of control. We think, if I just set a goal, my life will change. But the truth is, a goal is only the outcome. It doesn't tell you what to do every single day to get there. Imagine someone who says, I want to learn English fluently in 6 months. That's a clear goal. But what does it mean in practice? How many hours will you study? What will you study? How will you stay consistent? The goal doesn't answer those questions. And here's something even more dangerous. Goals make you feel like a failure most of the time. Let me explain. When you set a goal, you're in a constant state of not there yet. You're always looking at the gap between where you are and where you want to be. Instead of enjoying progress, you feel pressure. Instead of celebrating small wins, you feel the weight of not reaching the finish line yet. And that pressure can kill your motivation. Now that we've talked about why goals often fail, let's explore the alternative: systems. Systems are powerful because they focus on process, not outcome. A system is a set of repeatable actions you can do consistently, no matter how you feel that day. It's less about where you want to go and more about what you do every single day. Think of it this way. A goal is saying, I want to run a marathon. A system is saying, I will run 3 kilometers every morning. The system doesn't guarantee you'll finish a marathon tomorrow, but it guarantees you're getting stronger, faster, and closer to that result every day. And eventually, running 42 kilometers won't feel impossible. It'll feel like the natural outcome of your system. Here's another example. A student says, I want to get fluent in English in 1 year. That's a goal. But what's the system? The system might look like this: 20 minutes of listening practice in the morning, 15 minutes of vocabulary review during lunch, and a 10-minute conversation online twice a week. Notice how simple and clear that island. There's no pressure to be fluent tomorrow. You just stick to the system, and slowly, fluency comes as a byproduct of the system, not as something you force yourself into. This is why successful people often seem calm and consistent, while others are constantly stressed about deadlines and unfinished goals. They don't obsess over the result. They trust their system. Writers who publish books don't sit around saying, "My goal is to finish a novel." They have a system: write 500 words every day, no matter what. Athletes don't say, "My goal is to win the championship." They focus on their training system: sleep, nutrition, practice, repeat. Entrepreneurs don't just say, "I want to make $1 million." They build systems, creating products, improving services, reaching customers every single day. James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits, said it perfectly. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. This means that even if your goals are huge, if your system is weak, you'll fall short. But if your system is strong, results become inevitable. And here's the best part: systems don't depend on motivation. Let's be honest, motivation comes and goes. There are days you feel unstoppable and days you feel exhausted. But a good system makes it easy to show up, even on bad days. For example, if your system is reading just 2 pages of a book each night, it's so small that you can't fail. And often, once you start, you do even more. The system removes the decision-making stress and builds momentum naturally. That's why systems create freedom. Instead of worrying about the finish line, you live in the present. You're no longer stressed about where you should be. You're simply focused on doing today's actions. And day by day, step by step, the results accumulate. That's the compound effect: small, consistent actions multiplied over time, leading to massive transformation. Now, you might be asking, "Okay, Emma, I understand why systems are powerful, but how do I actually build one?" Let's break it down into simple steps you can start using today. Step 1. Choose one area of focus. Don't try to fix everything at once. Pick just one area of your life, maybe health, career, finances, or learning English. The more specific, the better. For example, instead of saying, "I want to improve my English," choose, "I want to practice speaking more often." Narrow focus makes systems easier to build. Step 2. Identify the smallest action. Ask yourself, what's the tiniest daily step I could take? If your focus is fitness, maybe it's doing 5 push-ups. If it's English, maybe it's writing 1 new sentence a day. The smaller, the better. Remember, big results come from tiny, consistent actions. Step 3. Make it easy and repeatable. Your system should be so simple that you can follow it even on your worst day. If your system is study English for 2 hours daily, you'll fail when life gets busy. But if your system is listen to 1 English video while brushing my teeth, you'll never miss it. Simplicity beats intensity. Step 4. Anchor it to something you already do. This is a powerful trick called habit stacking. Connect your system to an existing habit. For example, after making coffee, read 1 page of an English book. After brushing your teeth, write down 1 new word. By attaching your system to a routine, it becomes automatic. Step 5. Track your progress. Systems work best when you track them. Use a calendar, a notebook, or an app. Each time you complete your system, mark it down. The visual proof builds momentum. You'll start thinking, I don't want to break the chain. And that small motivation helps you stay consistent. Step 6. Focus on consistency, not perfection. Remember, missing once is okay. Missing twice is dangerous. The key is to bounce back quickly. Don't aim for 100% perfection. Aim for 90% consistency. That's enough to change your life. Step 7. Review and adjust. Every few weeks, ask yourself, is my system working? Do I feel progress? If not, make it easier. Systems aren't rigid. They're flexible. Adjust them until they fit naturally into your life. And here's the most important part. Once your system becomes a habit, it starts shaping your identity. You stop saying, I'm trying to learn English. Instead, you say, I am someone who practices English every day. You stop saying, I'm trying to get healthy. Instead, you say, I am a healthy person because I walk daily and eat well. Systems don't just change your results, they change who you are. So let's wrap this up. Goals sound exciting, but they often leave us frustrated. Systems, on the other hand, are simple, repeatable, and powerful. They shift your focus from the future to the present, from pressure to progress, from dreaming to doing. Remember, you don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. If your system is strong, results are inevitable. If your system is weak, goals won't save you. So here's my challenge for you. Choose one area of your life and build a system today. Make it small. Make it easy. Make it consistent. Trust the process. Because success isn't about setting bigger goals. It's about building better systems. Start now. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Your future self will thank you.